Welcome and thank you for joining the Society for Clinical Research Sites for SCRS Talks. I'm Jimmy Bechtel, the Vice President of Site Engagement with the Society. SCRS Talks allows our partners and those that we work closely with to take a few minutes to address issues of industry concern, share exciting achievements, and to learn more about our growing community. Today we have Mike Hughes, the Chief Product Officer in the patient technology area of YPrime, one of the newest SCRS Global Impact Partners, here to share some of their motivation behind why they joined the GIP program. Mike, it's great to have you. Thanks for being here with us today and sharing a little bit of why YPrime has joined the GIP program. I'd like to start with a little bit of background on you. So if you wouldn't mind, let's learn a little bit more about you.
Sure. Thanks, Jimmy. I am happy to be here. Happy to be a member of the SCRS as a newly formed GIP. Like you said, I'm the Chief Product Officer here at YPrime. I've been in this industry since 2006, mainly focused on patient technology. Started in eCOA, kind of expanded from there. And here at YPrime, I am tasked with in my role of overseeing the design, the development, the deployment, and really the general evolution of our platform. Anything that goes in front of sites and/or patients. My focus has really been trying to streamline the collection of and protection of primary and secondary endpoints that support new therapeutics getting approved into market as successfully as possible. It's been an exciting 8 years here now at YPrime, and it's going to be exciting next couple of years. We have a lot going on.
That's excellent. Well, we are excited to explore a little bit of that with you on our discussion today. So again, Mike, we're very excited to have YPrime as part of the SCRS Global Impact Partner Program as one of our newest members. Can you start off by telling our listeners about your organization and why you all decided to join the GIP program?
Sure. And Jimmy, we're as excited as you are. I've been talking to Marcus for a while, going through an SCRS and YPrime partnership, probably for the better part of a year and a half. I'm really glad we were able to get it over the finish line this past year. We were really interested in becoming a global impact partner because, like you, we truly believe that the voice of the site is the only way forward, right? We really value the voice of the site. And we felt that SCRS was the best way for us to really get up close and personal with participating members and get some insight to their day-to-day, try to feel their pain, see where they're getting stuck in a day-to-day basis and try and alleviate that in our platform, make sure we incorporate that into our platform.
Thanks, Mike. And I think that listening to the sites, that engagement and investment in hearing from the sites as to how you can improve the technology and the solutions that your company is developing is exactly what the spirit of the Global Impact Partnership Program was founded in. So it's awesome to hear you iterate that as part of your, again, motivation to be part of this program. Speaking to that, site sustainability, it's the #1 priority for SCRS and a lot of our partners. And it sounds like it's definitely on the top of the list for you all as well. So what does your organization feel listening to the site voices does and why it's important for clinical research?
I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but there really is nothing more important to the success of a trial than site sustainability and really the overall site experience. From a YPrime perspective, there's a common misconception that vendors like YPrime work directly for sponsors. And while it's true we contract and get paid by the sponsors to provide our solutions, our real customers are the sites. They're the ones actually using our software on a day-to-day basis. So we could have, and we have in the past, thought that we've built the coolest solutions and the coolest software out there. But if the sites don't know how to enjoy it, or if they're not enjoying using it, it doesn't really matter, right? We need to win over the site. We need the site to really want to use our software and really want to put that software in front of a patient to call what we do a success. If we are frustrating sites, or if sites are getting stuck in our software, they're not going to be an advocate for our software. They're not going to be comfortable putting that in front of patients or handing over a device or piece of software to a patient. And without that buy-in from the site, you're not going to get buy-in from the subject or the patient. You're not going to get the best data that you can. You're not really going to progress a trial like we're trying to, right? We want as low friction as possible. We don't want to be a point of contention for a site. We want them to enjoy picking up our software and using it. And really not even noticing that they're going through our ecosystem or the software that we're providing.
A couple of really unique perspectives there, Mike, I would say, given the plethora of technology companies in existence in our industry, you don't always hear a lot of them say a couple of the things that you had mentioned. One of those is making it that technology, the last part you said, making the technology feel natural, right? And then just kind of part of the flow, and that it's not some extra thing or something that is in addition to it. It again is part of the just natural progression of the clinical trial, and it doesn't make it feel like you're even using technology. But the other thing that I wanted to key in on and mention was the insight you gave around just the technology being site focused and site and patient focused, and really enabling the site and helping them with the execution of the clinical trial. And yeah, that focus I think is really important for all of our technology partners to embody as they develop and try to iterate on their solutions.
Yeah, it's really important, and it's something that we were guilty of in the past as well. We built stuff that we thought was going to be really useful without the voice of a site in that process, right? So we kind of took a couple steps back and built a design and user experience team to get out there and talk to sites and really make sure that sites and patients and sponsors, but really make sure that what we were building is usable and a need for the industry. We don't just want to put a bunch of new software out there. There's plenty of that out there, and we don't just want to be another piece of that.
That's great, Mike. And you're definitely on the right path to learning about those different aspects of developing and again, reiterating on technology that you're developing. So that's great. Learning from our lessons of the past. And it's exciting to see the development of these things and you joining our program here to help advance some of that work. So thank you again on behalf of SCRS and the sites. I want to dig in a little bit on the initiatives or maybe programs that your organization is working on that you're most excited about. Maybe some new advancements and new product development roadmaps, and obviously then keying in on how those might impact the sites.
Sure. So I mentioned that we've taken a step back and changed our approach to how we build software. Right, we now interview end users to make sure that what we're building looks, acts, and performs correctly. So that kind of kicked us into a revamp of almost every aspect of our platform. And we're right in the midst of a pretty significant overhaul of the whole platform. Some things are done, some things are still in the works, but our main focus is turning our product suite into a true ecosystem. Like I mentioned, we want end users to be in our platform, moving through the process, not really noticing that they're moving through the process, just kind of seamlessly going through stuff. So we started with a complete revamp of the UX, UI of our application, starting with our eCOA product. That was the first one that we rolled out with the new look and feel. And then we layered a consent offering on top of that within the same application. So you can now consent, get enrolled, move right into the eCOA platform and start capturing primary and secondary endpoints for your trial. And then we have plenty more to come. We have a new engagement platform that's being added to the app. We're going through a revamp of our IRT, RTSM platform. I mean, the list is really endless. We have a laundry list of things that we want to get done to enhance the experience of our users. Everything we do is with the goal of giving sites just a streamlined experience to do anything they need to do to manage their clinical trials on a daily basis at their site easily, right? We don't want to, like I said, don't want to be a point of contention or a sticking point for them. We just want them to be able to flow through the system as seamlessly as possible.
Thanks, Mike. And I like the approach of something that we hear a lot as being a problem in the industry, and it sounds like YPrime is addressing it directly, and that's the interoperability or the integration of the system. From what I obviously, correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I'm hearing you say, there's an exciting recent advancement from your suite of products and integration of them, right? A flow that makes it feel like you had mentioned going from one to the next without having unique, different or non-connected solutions. I think that's a really positive aspect of what technology can do and what technology should do from a site perspective, because again, that's something we hear from them all the time. These systems don't talk to each other. These systems aren't integrated. So it sounds like YPrime again has moved in the direction of addressing that challenge specifically.
Yeah, it's really important for us. And I mean, when you sit down and put yourself in the shoes of a site user, if you're sitting with a patient, you don't want to pick up a phone or pick up a tablet, go through one process, and then say, hang on, I'll be right back, and go grab another tablet or jump to a computer. You need to be able to spend the time that you need to spend with those patients so that they feel like you're dedicated to them and you care. So we don't want our technology to break that relationship or put a pause on the experience that everybody's going through. It's a tough time that most people are going through. So we don't want to add to that. We want to ease that burden a bit if we can.
Right. And let's use technology to help with that and not, as you said, let's ease the burden and not increase the burden through the use of technology. So again,
Right.
applauding you all on that perspective and maintaining that from the top down for sure. Mike, beginning to wrap up here with our last question, and I always like to talk futuristic. So what do you see for the future of your relationship with SCRS, and then through that relationship, ultimately, obviously, the sites and patients?
Yeah, I've given a lot of thought to SCRS, and like I said, Marcus and I have been talking for a while to get YPrime on board, and there's so much that SCRS and YPrime can do together to improve the day-to-day activities, much like you do with your other partners. But we really want to have a presence at all of the SCRS activities. And I'm not just talking about me. I want to see my experience and design group meeting with site users, my product leaders attending conferences, just to listen to people's pain, our delivery folks joining calls to find the bottlenecks in the process that they can try and help with. And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. What you guys at SCRS are doing it's amazing. We really just want to be a part of that. We want YPrime to have some participation in that. We're really looking forward to it.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for the recognition there. And yes, we're as equally excited as you are to have another partner that is so focused on the sites and listening to the sites and changing some of those technology solutions. So thank you. Mike, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of this conversation with us. And thanks again for joining the Global Impact Partnership Program.
My pleasure, Jimmy. And like I said, we're excited to be here. Plan on seeing YPrime at most of your events, hearing our voices come up, and probably asking a lot of questions on the day-to-day. So thanks for having me. Thanks for allowing YPrime to be a part of this, and we look forward to it.
Same here, Mike. Thanks again. For those listening, make sure that you register for upcoming summits being held throughout the year by visiting our summit page. While you're on our website, myscrs.org, be sure to also check out other SCRS-based publications built for the community in the publications section. We appreciate your participation in listening to today's program and look forward to having you join us for more great content in the future. Thanks again for listening.